Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, we're going to look at our first episode of Sci Show Kids. So this is related to Sci Show, which is done by Mark and, or specifically Hank Green, not Mark. And there's no Mark Green. There's Hank and John Green, the Green brothers. Hank's the one who does Sci Show. This is Sci Show Kids. So this is a different channel. It is connected to Sci Show. It does have a different host here. I'll bring this up. I do not watch her all that much, but it is a female host. There's not that much information here. But this is about 4 minutes 20 seconds on narwhals, unicorns of the sea. So I am covering unicorns this month. There's not a lot of films on unicorns. I tried to do Legend, which is an old Tom Cruise film, like an old film, but I couldn't find it anywhere that I could get access to. And I've already done the last unicorn. You can check that out. I covered both the book and the film like a year or so ago, so I was limited. I'm covering My Little Pony. That's how desperate I am. So we're going to look at narwhals, which are the unicorns of the sea. So I did cover a sideshow episode that's much shorter. It's only about 3 minutes. This is a little about 4 minutes, and it has animation. So it's a very interesting little video, particularly if you're dealing with the younger ones. That's what Sci Show Kids is targeted at, and you're doing a unit on narwhals or Arctic sea life or whales, particularly small toothy whales, which is what narwhals are. Narwhals are. Again, there's a lot of animation, which is pretty common with Crash Course, which is another channel done by the Brothers Green. They had their Thought Bubble. And yes, I will be covering a bunch of their vaccine stuff. So you can look forward to that. That's incoming. Right now we're doing unicorns. So it's a very, very interesting, very basic video talking about narwhals and how they grow out their tusks and kind of what they use their tusks for, at least what we think they do. It's difficult. We don't know a lot about them. They spend a lot of time diving deep under the ocean. They live in the Arctic, which is really, really cold. They're white and gray, so they blend in, and they're whales. So yeah, they spend a lot of time in the water because, you know, they live in the water. And they can find, and it's very, very cold. So and they don't do well in captivity, which is something we learned from the other video. Belugas do, but narwhals have a tendency to die within a matter of months, so therefore we're not really capturing them. So everything we do, we have to cover. We know about them. We have to cover from trying to track them in the wild, which is hard to do considering they dive down and attack things. We do this one, as opposed to the other one that I covered, is not quite as old. No, this is April 6th of 2018. The sideshow episode I covered was from like 9 years ago. So this is a little bit more up to date. So we actually haven't learned that much more. But we do know that they feel things with their tusks. So that's kind of interesting. But it is a really good video. I like Sci Show Kids. It's really good for the younger ones. It gives, the interactions are far more geared toward them. For the younger early elementary age, you probably, I don't know, later elementary would be fine with this. It's a lot of facts about narwhals, so it's a good if you're starting that introduction to narwhals, or as I said, the Arctic Ocean and the life, or toothed whales, which technically know what narwhals are. So it is in fact very, very interesting how much we know and how much we don't about these very interesting unicorns of the sea. So that's really it for this little video. Again, I don't have a lot of unicorn stuff. I have a lot more books. Books are easier to come by. And I do find that with this channel a lot. It's easier to find books on things than there is to find film, which is the reason I end up with YouTube channels and YouTube episodes like Sci Show Kids and Sci Show and History Tea Time, which is another one which I covered a bunch of my royalty stuff, because I did cover the Princess Diaries this year, if you're interested in that. So I did that entire book series. Sorry, it's 8 o'clock at night. I have a 3-year-old who doesn't sleep very well. She's annoying. By the time you guys see this, she'll probably be, when are you guys coming out? This is yeah, this is coming out. What, you guys are literally the day before my kid's birth. She'll be like 4 by the time you guys see this, or practically 4. Hopefully she'll be sleeping better. Hopefully she won't be getting me up at 3 in the morning anymore, and dragging me out to the couch out of her bed. I don't know why, because 3-year-olds are weird. So sorry about the young. But again, I cover a bunch of stuff. I'm covering the Gardens of Ga'Hoole. At the time you guys see this, no, I'm not covering media with owls. There are 17 videos in that series. Not going there. Not enough media on owls. It would drive everybody nuts. So, I'm covering vaccines, unicorns, LGBTQ stuff is going on as well. I'm doing music, so I'm actually going to be doing some musical stuff as incoming. So, in fact, I have the Sound of Music sitting right here. I may actually film this later or tomorrow because it's getting late. I need to go to bed. It's like 8 o'clock. So, but again, if you like what you see, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. I have a lot to offer. I've covered a lot of stuff from African American history to Asian American history to a few book series. Besides the Princess Diaries, the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, I've covered, this year I'm covering 2 more Pierce series, the Song of the Lioness and the Immortals Quartet. I've covered The Circle Opens and The Circle of Magic, as well as The World of the Empress previously. So I've also covered the other major books, longer book series I covered was The Ranger's Apprentice. I also covered The Last Apprentice, which was more right before I did The Princess Diaries, which is the reason I did The Princess Diaries, because The Last Apprentice is dark. It's horror. It's not my genre. It's really, really dark. I may cover some mysteries at some. I'm actually later December. You're actually getting some mysteries. I'm covering some Hitchcock, old Hitchcock films, both which are actually Agatha Christie remakes. So, which are, I believe, I don't know if they're color or black and white, but they're old Hitchcock stuff. I will definitely think about adding more mysteries incoming. I'm also going to be adding some, by the time you guys see this, I'll have hopefully up, or if not incoming, a travel video, and hopefully we'll have at least 2 or 3 travel videos this year, depending on what's going on. These things normally pop up on Wednesdays and depend on our scheduling and what's going on. Right now we're traveling, visiting family only, because we have a 3-year-old, so, or a 4-year-old. This is being filmed in January. My child is not quite 4. She's just about 3.5. So, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out what I've got and leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.